Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So thank you, first of all, for 3,000 subscribers. So I don't know if any of you saw, but I put in my community post that I wanted to remake some of my subscribers' edits, and you guys put your usernames in there and then I would choose some and recreate them. And I also put it on my story on Instagram. So I chose 3 because I wanted to not make this video like very long. I wanted to make it like as interesting as possible and as short as possible. This video isn't gonna, it watch me edit, but it's like not as like thorough, I guess you could say, as like my other ones, because they're sped up a lot more and I'm not gonna be like talking through it as much because I don't think I'll be able to talk that fast.
I also forgot to say that this video is definitely inspired by Lauren's YouTube video, and someone also gave me this idea by commenting on my community post, so thank you to both of those people for the idea.
Let's just get started. So the first edit I made, so here's like a screenshot. I'll post a screenshot up on here, and then I'll also show the original edit, but I cannot add songs because I don't want to get copyrighted. I saw for sure, I looked at her page and I thought for sure I wanted to recreate one of her edits because I really like her style a lot. It's like very like aesthetic and like creative, and I like making edits like that.
Here is the edit that I chose to recreate. I really like this one because I feel like it was in my skill set, like I would be able to do it. I didn't want to choose edits that were too hard because I had to make quite a few edits and I did not want to actually die. So yeah, go check this edit out on Euphoria because I really like her edits.
So making it was pretty fun actually, because it was like a lot of things that I've like never done before. I decided to edit Emma Watson, and hers is a bit more jittery, but I added s_shake and I made mine a little bit less jittery just because I didn't really know how to make it that jittery.
Here I'm just making the intro. I'm adding stroke to a pen tool thing that I made. And I also added an overlay, but I'm not sure, it's definitely not the same one, because I didn't know how to achieve that overlay that she made.
The first shake, I've never made that shake before. It's like a warp, like squishy shake. I've never done that before because I don't like using warp very often because it feels like it's not, like After Effects just is not like that effect for me. Like it's just, it always makes it really slow. You can just kind of see that there's like was it light sweep, I think it's called. Light sweep is on here, and then the lines, I don't know how she did it. I tried to do it in 2 different ways, but the lines that had drop shadow, and I could not figure out how to put drop shadow on it. So that's just not going to be part of it. So then we had this nice little paper rip effect, and I've used it a few times on my edit, so thankfully I already had the overlay. And then we did a vertical shake, and then it zoomed out and it did this cool like track, no, what is it? It's like, I don't know how to describe it. I did it by adding a null layer and like putting them like everywhere. It makes no sense, just kind of watch the process. Then we got a simple stretch, scale stretch, what's it called? Transition. And then we did a zoom, and I'm not sure if it was just my eyes were deceiving me, but it looked like it did like a zoom in as it slides, so I did that. The text has wave warp on it, and there's also optics compensation on here, and then it zooms out. And so then we also have a flower in the background, which is a PNG, and I just kind of used rotation, just made it spin. And then we did a Y, was it 3D Y rotation, I think is what it's called. Then Luma key shake, or no shake, just Luma key zoom out, and then shake with the same clip but just flipped and with tint on it, I'm pretty sure. And then for the last one, I just kind of did a zoom in, and there was like a glitch effect. I used that with, I think, Glitchify.
Here is the finished product. I'm pretty proud of how it came out. I just found that it kind of had a different vibe than the other one. I feel like hers was more like jittery, and more like film-esque. I don't know what that means. Anyway, but I still like how it turned out. It looks pretty cool.
So yeah, thank you for letting me recreate your edit. Hopefully I did okay. The next edit I made was by xxq.aep. All of these editors, may I add, are very, very underrated.
So I'm not even going to bother trying to sing this one because I can't sing, let alone rap. And this song is in fact a rap song. So I do not want to make a complete fool of myself. So if you want to see this edit with the audio, of course, go check out his account, which is xxq.aep. Yeah, go check it out.
The first one, this one is a Hermione edit. And then here is, I can't really remember what this effect is called. It's like 3D Pike Tumble, something weird. Yeah, so I decided to edit Ron because I didn't want to choose the same person that they chose because I just wanted it to be like a bit different. And then this clip is kind of like a diagonal shake that I don't think I've ever done before. So I use blur mode curves because I like using blur mode curves the most, because I feel like it just makes it smooth. And then there's optics compensation to zoom it out. And then there is a rotation, like a zoom in rotation kind of, but it was kind of different. I tried to graph it differently because it looked like when it was zooming in, it wasn't going very fast. So I had to graph it so it kind of slowly zoomed in. Then I duplicated the clips and masked them so that they were like half and half. And then there's a slide on both of them. Then this next clip is very complex and it was kind of hard to see what to do. The clip on the very top, I had to add time slice, but I could not figure out how to add time slice. So I had to like pre-compose it, I think, and then add time slice. Just kind of watch what I do there. And I added s_glow, s-glow. And then in the background, I did it last because I forgot to add more clips. So I added 2 more clips, and I pre-composed it. And in the composition settings, I made them a square, which is 1080 times 1080. And then I couldn't figure out where to put the anchor point for it to rotate in for some reason. I just could not figure it out. So then it took a few tries, but I figured out how to make it look similar to it, where it kind of rotates in. And then it zooms in, and then it does a classic zoom out. And I thought there might have been a little bit of a twitch there. I wasn't really too sure, but I added one anyway. And then it kind of fades out to black, and then there's a slide in. And I also pre-composed this clip, made it so that it's kind of like a rectangle because Hermione and Harry were kind of like too close in the frame, so I just wanted to cut them out. And then it kind of fades to black and white, and then there's a bit of a twitch. Like I had a twitch to it, and then I'm in a Google Meet right now, so it's always at the back of my mind, like, what if they can literally hear you right now? There is another vertical shake, diagonal shake. So I copied and pasted these from the first clip because it's kind of similar. So yeah, I did that, and then zoomed it in, did the other half of the transition, then pre-composed it and duplicated them and masked the clip so that it was like half and half, and did a zoom. And then I tried to make sure that there was like a black border between them. I also added a twitch and like made sure it's zoomed in with the beat. The next clip, we added a zoom out and optics compensation. I don't know if I'm even saying that right. That's just how I say it in my head, so I don't know if that's even right. Then I just basic zoom in. I pre-composed it and made, I'm pretty sure the settings were like 1280 and 800, I think. I added a white solid layer at 0%, then 1 frame over 100%, then you go like a bunch of keyframes over and make sure it's 0. And then I made another white solid layer and masked it so it was half of the clip, and then on the bottom half it was the opposite half. I did that on the same solid layer, and then I made another solid white layer and did the same thing but on the opposite sides. And then I keyframed the same thing where it was at 0%, then 1 frame over 100%, and then a couple keyframes down, it'd be 0% again. And I did that for both of them. I'm not going too much in depth of what I'm doing, so if you have any requests for tutorials, let me know. And that was pretty much it for that edit.
Again, I am not singing, I'm not singing this one. So go check it out. I'm going to be posting it on my Instagram once I post this video. So yeah, if you want to see these edits, I'll post them on my Instagram. And yeah, which is JC's Vids. So it's not JC's Vids 2 anymore. I got the original back, so we are all good.
So for the next edit is by enbykills. Screenshot here. Beep, beep. I chose her because I really liked how his edits looked, because they're like have a lot of PNGs and they like the transitions are just, I just really thought it was a very unique style, so I thought I would have a little try because I do have most of these PNGs already, and I did have to download some overlays that I didn't have, but yeah.
Here is the edit that I am referencing from, and you can go check it out on enbykills. So yeah, I really like this style a lot.
So first thing I did was add a kind of like a dark gray solid layer. I think I added the pink heart overlay. And then I added the text which says, "Shut up, no, you're my favorite." So I'm not sure what font she used, but I just kind of made the text and then turned off the fill in the inside so that it was just an outline, so it kind of looks similar, I think. Each layer was one line of words, and then I would mask it and then duplicate it to mask the other side. Just kind of watch what I do. It's kind of, there's probably an easier way to do it, but that's just how I did it. And then once I did that, I added directional blur, which it doesn't even look like it, but I did. And I kind of just keyframed it, and yeah. Then I got this clip and I made it into a square, and like I pre-composed it and made it like 1080, 1080, and then I zoomed it out and added a white solid layer. Oh, no, I think I pre-composed it again, then zoomed it out and added a white solid layer so that there was like a white border to it. And then I added like this vertical shake, and this edit, I'm not sure what the frames per second was, so I made it 15, so it might have not been, I'm not too sure, but that's just what I did. So I did a vertical shake with transform, not blur mode curves this time, I think. The first thing I did for the next clip was double click the clip and added like use the paintbrush tool. I think it's called roto brush, I'm not too sure. Once I wrote enough, I went back out and dragged like the little tiny like layer thing and made sure it goes to like the beat, not to the beat, but like to the way she says enough. I added this PNG so it has like a little bit of hearts on the background, and then I pre-composed it, add a zoom out transition, and added optics compensation. And then we got a slide, and the transitions are very like at the end of the clip, so it's like very sharp and precise. And then I had to make this. Okay, meet is over. Class is ended. I added a black solid layer and kind of used the pen tool and made a heart. First of all, that heart I made was beautiful. It was the best heart I ever made with a pen tool. I was so proud of it. So then I added stroke to it and keyframed it. The keyframing is kind of confusing, so just kind of watch what I do, because it kind of like, it's just weird. Just watch the way I do it if you don't know how. And then I did a slide transition, and then at the very end of the clip I did a rotation transition. Then on the next clip I did the same thing, so I double clicked the clip and made these all little scribbles, and they were 2 frames long. I had a black and white and pre-composed it, and then I cut the clip in half and then added that little camera thing, that yellow box thing around his face, and then I also added a clip of Richie and made it into a rectangle and put it over his face, and also made it black and white. And then we did a vertical shake here. And added a PNG to this one of the hearts again and made it black and white, of course. And then I had to import this overlay, and I added key light to it and color tracked it, so you can just kind of watch what I do here. Then on the next clip I added the yellow box thing over his face. Then I wrote yeah with the text, and then I used typewriter so it kind of types in, and then fade out to it.
Anyways, I just don't want to sing in this video because I'm just not feeling like embarrassing myself. So yeah, this video will also be, this edit, will be on my Instagram. So go check it out.
So yeah, that is it for those edits. And if I wasn't clear, because I didn't really say how I made my edit, like thoroughly, like very complexly. So if you have any questions, just comment below and I will answer some if I can. Thank you so much for helping me recreate your edits. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you like this video, and I will see you in the next video.